Sony is without a doubt the number one in the industry, and they have dominated the industry for more than a decade. Recently we found out because of the court hearing they have used some really cutthroat methods to dominate the market. The question is, why is the industry allowing Sony to have so much power in the industry? We'll talk about how Sony is actually calling the shots in this industry. We'll also talk about how the PlayStation 5 masterful design could leave your PlayStation as a paperweight maybe in some years to come. We'll also talk about how the PlayStation Portal is really a potato because it's being outperformed by another platform dedicated service. You would see how another platform is using what PlayStation is trying to do better than PlayStation. All of that and more in today's video. Let's get it.
This is a sickness!
Let's get it. The PlayStation 5 is one of the biggest and ugliest console that a gamer could own. And you know, a lot of the Sony gamers, a lot of the Sony fans would have said that this console is masterful. Mark Cerny would have said its design is very good, the SSD is very good. Well, there's something that Sony missed out on telling its consumers, and apparently this guy who fixes PlayStation 5 really does something that Sony should have informed their customers about the PlayStation 5. So listen to him as to what he found.
Your PS5 should only ever be horizontal. You should never place your PS5 in a straight up vertical position like this. I know Sony says that you can, and I know they got this nice flat base so it looks and it sits just fine, but you are going to kill your PS5. This is your heatsink for your APU, and this is the liquid metal. You can see that it is all pooled to one side, and if we notice, it's the bottom of the console. So as you have your console sitting upright like this, gravity will cause the liquid metal to pool at the bottom because it is a liquid. It's much more liquidy than most thermal pastes are, and it's a lot heavier. So what happens when the liquid metal pools is you get a dry spot. That dry spot can also be seen on the APU here. That dry spot is either A, going to cause your PS5 to turn off suddenly, randomly crash on you, or even worse, B, just completely kill your PS5. That part to replace, good luck. So, yes, Sony says go ahead and set your PS5 upright, but do so at your own risk. I am telling you, as the guy that fixes these for a living, just set it horizontally, save yourself the future headache, save yourself the future money, and just have such a better life. I know that kind of looks like crap, but blame Sony for selling a piece of crap that you can't set up right, even though they built it to set up right.
So this technician is saying that he possibly would have found, a lot of PlayStation 5s coming into him with the same issue. So Sony is not even letting the public know that if they continue to leave their PlayStation 5 in a vertical stance, that this is a possibility. We're not saying it's going to happen to every PlayStation 5, but there is a possibility that it would happen. And if there's a possibility that it would happen, Sony should have informed the public that here, leaving your console in a vertical stance, there's a possibility where the liquid metal could, leak down or have issues with the console. And, it really goes to show that Sony don't care. Sony knows that if this is to happen and someone console is to spoil, they'll just go and buy another one. So Sony fans, you can't say I didn't help you with anything. This is from your friend, Island Gaming with G. So let me hear what you think about this news in the comment sections below. Next, let's talk about the PlayStation Portal. We know that the PlayStation Portal was just released, and Sony says that this is the best way a person could use remote play to play PlayStation 5 games. They said that nothing else should be better than the Portal when it comes to playing remote play. Well, and there's another example of how Sony is grifting and robbing their consumers. Look at this.
Acceptable.
Yeah, that's stuttering all over the place.
Yeah. Nope. No. Oh man. In these 3 minutes, I'm like, I'll just buy a backbone controller.
Some people don't even realize that Xbox has remote play. It's had it since launch, and it's just remarkable how much better Xbox remote play is than PlayStation remote play. Even with the advantage of proprietary hardware. Look, I'm playing Xbox remote play on the PlayStation Edition backbone controller.
I beg your pardon?
And yeah, Spider-Man's a fast game, but Forza's faster. Look at how smooth that is. Acceptable.
Yeah, that's stuttering all over the place.
Yeah. Nope.
So there you have it. Who would have thought that Microsoft Remote Play is far superior to the PlayStation Portal? I mean, when it is you saw that video, you saw how clean and how smooth Xbox Remote Play was playing Forza, a way faster game than Spider-Man. And it just keeps stuttering and stuttering on the PlayStation Portal. So what exactly is Sony selling their consumers here? Why is the backbone together with Xbox Remote Play is playing and looking far superior than the PlayStation dedicated peripheral? Something is wrong here, and again, it's just very clear. Sony is basically robbing their customers once again without a gun. But let me hear what you think about the Xbox Remote Play playing way better than the PlayStation Portal. Let me know in the comment sections below. And lastly, let's talk about how the industry is allowing Sony to get away with murder. Yes, the gaming industry is allowing Sony, because Sony is number one, do anything to remain on top. You see, we know, seeing that we speak English, we know that words matter. We know that when it is you call something a console, it means something dedicated that it runs independently of anything else. Well, apparently that is about to change. Sony has changed the meaning of a handheld console. We know what is a handheld console because we had the Nintendo DS, we had the Nintendo 3DS, we had the PSP, we had all these consoles, the ROG Ally, the Steam Deck, all these consoles we had that ran independently of anything else. Now, Sony is redefining what a home console or what a handheld console means, simply because they asked for it. Listen to this and look and see how Sony could really pull strings in the industry. Listen up.
PS Portal will reportedly be tracked by Circana as a console, not an accessory. Matt Piscatella, analyst with Circana, has revealed in a now-deleted tweet that the company will be tracking PlayStation Portal as a console, allegedly due to a request by Sony Interactive Entertainment. This is probably a bit of a surprise considering the PS Portal is not a console, it's technically an accessory that uses remote play to stream PS5 content to the handheld device. It can't function without being connected to a PS5 either.
Now would you look at that? Just because PlayStation asks Matt Piscatella and his company to track PlayStation Portal as a console, they agreed to it. But how could they agree to something that is not true? Everybody in the industry know that the PlayStation Portal is not a separate console. Everyone, even Sony, says it that it's not a separate console. It is a add-on, it's a peripheral. It cannot be played without the PlayStation 5. So why is no one in Matt's company able to tell Sony no? Why no one is standing up to Sony by, doing the right thing by saying, here what, this is not a console, this is a peripheral. We cannot track it as a console. Well, it just goes to show that how these men in these companies are jelly back.
Man must stand up like man Man must act like man. Man must behave like man. Man must take decision like man. Eh? You weak jellyback. Oh, me not deal with jellyback man. Me love man, we a man. We stand up like man. We talk like man. We act like man. We behave like man. Man a man.
Come on, man, someone need to stand up against Sony. This is unheard of. A peripheral is now considered a console. But let me hear what you think about this. How could Sony demand something to be a console and then the powers that be agrees with Sony, although they know that it's wrong? Let me know what you think about that in the comment sections below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.